I gotta gong the gavel. Is James here? James Monroe?
Yeah.
Yes, he's here.
Hi, James. I'm going to share my screen. James, we don't have our Sergeant at Arms today, so do you mind doing the pledge and the four-way test?
No, sir, I'd be more than happy to. So if everyone will mute, please. And join with me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, now everybody can unmute. And join me in the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First.
Is it the truth?
True.
Second.
Is it
Fair?
Third.
Will goodwill and friendship.
Fourth.
Is it
Beneficial
beneficial?
to all.
Fifth.
And it's
Fun.
No
Excellent.
Bacon.
And,
Bacon.
there you go, Mr. President.
Thank you. I just want to remind everybody that I am recording the meeting today so that we can use it for makeups. And I don't know if people have been accessing those. Since I'm don't even want to listen to my own voice ever, it's kind of hard to listen to those. So maybe when somebody else is president, I can listen to those meetings, but I can't stand listening to my own voice. What's the deal with that? I don't know. But I am recording. Just wanted to remind you of that. I don't know if we have any guests today. I don't see any. Oh, wait. We have Tony. And Tony, I'm going to butcher your last name, though, but I'm going to give it a shot. Trofimsuk. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Tony, we can hear you.
That was great.
Trofimsuk?
Wow. Yeah, it's pronounced Trofimchuk.
Trofimchuk.
Yeah, but you did a great job. Thank you.
I was trying to be phonetic, but I didn't do it all. Trofimchuk. Well, welcome, Tony. Tony's our guest speaker today, and I'll have Don introduce him and hopefully not butcher his name later.
Ah, you're good. You're good.
Thanks, Tony. We've got some birthdays. So I don't see Dean, but Dean Francis' birthday was on the 4th of this month. Connor Davis's birthday was on the 7th of this month. Ryan Matheson has a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Ryan. And then for this week, we have Ryan, and then we have Don Iverson and his wife, Eve, if you can believe that, both on the 12th. Is today the big day, Don, that you have a birthday party?
No, actually, we're going to do it on Sunday night. We're going to do a Zoom birthday party.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A Zoom birthday party. How does the cake taste if you're not actually present?
Well, yeah, everybody's responsible for their own cake, so it depends on what you do and where you go or whatever. But we'll have some online. There's a lot of like games now you can get apps for on your phone and that type of thing. So Eve's planning it, not me, but it sounds like it's going to be kind of fun.
That way everybody can have a bit or a bite.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
There you go. Well, I see that another birthday boy has joined us, Sam Lowe. His birthday's on the 14th. Happy birthday, Sam.
Thanks so much.
And we've got another Sam that has a birthday coming up, Sam Samano. Birthday on the 19th.
Oh, who's going to sing happy birthday to her?
I know. So this is what I was thinking. So we've got another week. So this week, if we want to pay Sam, I mean, we could give everybody the option of what they want to do, but we could pay Sam to sing for everybody whose birthday is this week. And then next week, I think for sure we all sing happy birthday to Sam.
That's what I was
Yes.
going to ask. It would be so cool to hear all of you sing happy birthday. Well, I didn't know there
Okay.
were so many April babies.
Suggestion, every night in the next 5-6 nights, 7 o'clock, we have a practice session on Zoom.
Yeah. I think we should all have to sing it individually too. So
Wow.
we can't hide
Oh,
it.
no, you don't want to hear that. We can come to your birthday party, Dawn, and practice.
All right. Well, I don't know. You can add Zoom. Yeah.
I mean, everybody could submit their own audio recordings and remix a happy birthday song together. That way there's no
That would
lag
be
or delay.
There
you
Ooh,
That'd be cool.
I like
I
it.
kind of enjoy the imperfection in our attempts
Perfection.
to kind of sync up through Zoom. It's always entertaining anyway. I don't know if anybody else enjoys that or not. But anyway, happy birthday, all the Sams, and then Brett Gailey. Mayor Gailey has a birthday on the 27th also. So okay, so how many people will kick in some dollars for this week's birthday folk? Ryan and Dawn and Eve. Bev O'Reilly's birthday is the 25th, and Carrie Morehouse has the birthday the 28th, also spouse birthdays. But who wants to kick in some money for Ryan and Dawn and Sam's birthdays this week? Right?
I'll kick in $5.
I'll donate $5.
Sure.
5.
I got 5. Okay,
Bye.
Oh, wow, we got a fundraiser going.
Sam, you might be our biggest fundraiser right now.
So Chris, can I afford $5?
Yeah, you can, but actually it's
Oh, okay.
up to $6.50.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, knowing Larry, he's not going to go a cent above 5.
I know.
Chris
Good.
has my money, so.
So how much are we at total?
I don't know. So I think
that was
everybody,
at least
did everybody
50.
kick in $5? We're at about $100, I think.
I will double it and round up to I'll be 51 this week, so I'll kick in $51.
Whoa.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, happy birthday, everybody. Sam, take it away.
You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Wow. Nice. Man, that was cool.
That was my early morning birthday. sound.
are you supposed to get a percentage of the price that we charge for all of this?
You know, Sam, it's going to sound just as wonderful next week.
It's going to sound fabulous in all of your voices.
Is it the truth? Is it fair
This
to
is
all
the truth.
concerned?
You know what? You go through the 4-way test, it fails every one of them.
Yep, but is it
I
fun?
know, I thought so too.
Is it fun? Yes.
Yes, it is fun.
It's
It does hit the
fun
5th one. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I ran through the spouse birthdays. Eve's birthday's tomorrow. I still can't believe that Eve and Dawn have the birthdays on the same day. So how many people joining the Zoom birthday party, Dawn?
Oh boy, well, time will tell, but I think she's got like 45 or 50 so far. So we got to use that little slide mechanism on Zoom to go from screen to screen. I don't know if you all know about that, but you move your cursor to the right side of the screen, and if there's more than 25 or whatever, 30, I guess it is, then you can see the additional group of people.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to do it on this when we get over 30, it looks like.
You know, we use Google Meets at our office, and you can put 49 people on a screen. They all look like little postage stamps, but it's amazing. You can get 49 people on the screen, on one screen, without having to slide over on your cursor.
I only have 16. How come you guys can see everybody?
You got to
Because
change
your
the
screen is
settings.
small?
Oh, I'm on my iPad. Okay.
Yep, that's why. Normally it's 25, then before you have to go to the next screen.
Okay. Well, I'll keep swiping to say hi to everybody.
We have one Rotary. We have no marriage anniversaries this month. Apparently, not a popular month to get married for Rotarians. But DJ, who was not able to make it today, he did text me. It's his Rotary anniversary on the 13th. He will have been with Rotary for 18 years.
Wow.
Oh,
So good on DJ. He's probably out getting a haircut.
Yeah, right. And donating the hair to a really good cause.
Yeah. All right, Gary, you're up. Secretary's report.
All right, we had a great board meeting last night, and the next one will be on May 13th, Thursday. As I mentioned last week, there are a number of club or district training, they call them Fiesta training sessions, almost every day of the week. I participated in a engagement membership meeting on Wednesday night with Dennis Boyd and Sean Hogan, both past district governors. They were in charge of it. And I thought we were doing really good until I listened to the young man from Rotary. They got a small club. 15 of them went, at least 15 of the, I think 20, he said, they went to Guatemala on a project and spent a week there helping out. So that was a lot of fun. So go on District 5050 website. There are all kinds of different seminars that you can go through. They're all in the evening, most of them. And every Wednesday is going to be the night for membership. And then the district conference is on May 14th and 15th. District Golf Fund is, they're got it scheduled at this point on September 17th. And then the only other really good thing is Brian Reese has been, I hope that the FBI agents surrounding your house and checking your business weren't too much of a bother. John Dyer and his crew are hiding out, checking you out and everything, but welcome to our club, Brian.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
Congratulations, Brian.
Thanks,
Yes,
guys.
that Rotary Fiesta thing. I don't know if you got a email from Malcolm Kennedy, who is the District 5050 Foundation Chair, but he sent this out this last week, giving kind of a rundown of what's coming up for the Rotary Fiesta. And so if you want to know more about Rotary, and if you want to, if you're interested in certain things or functions of Rotary, these are great sessions to attend. You can go to the District 5050 website and see these as well. And then there's actually more on there that you can sign up for. So they're really good. They're usually in the evening. They're usually about an hour. And I know that we've had some folks attend those. So I think that if you are interested, that'd be something that might be worth your while. Treasurer's report, Chris.
Yeah, so we have the report of the club has a total assets of $25,574. Liabilities for Paul Harris, we've been paying those to International, and we have $508 there. Unrestricted net assets, $14,040. Net income year to date is $8,431. Total liabilities and equity is $25,574. And in the foundation, we have total assets of $126,022, and restricted assets is $48,967. Unrestricted assets is $50,664. Endowment, including the food bank, is a total of $80,912. Net income year to date, $14,000 and $14,290, and total liability and equity is $126,000 $22. And that's it. The report looks pretty good.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm first fine of the day. I'm going to fine myself $5 because I forgot to do the thought of the day. So Eileen, are you still, you probably left because you were so mad at me, huh?
No, I'm here. That's not the reason why I come. The thought of the day comes from Winston Churchill. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm.
Good one.
That
is.
Yeah.
And you think about the lion, he had a few failures in his time that he overcame. Yeah, great quote, great quote.
Look how dark it is at Hagen's spot.
Jim, you got up this morning.
Hi, Jim.
It's so early he can't see his mute button.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. No, it is early. I did wake up and I go, what the hell? I might as well join. But it is dark.
But
the
what's
crows are still crowing.
What's the time limit on Bailey's in the coffee? Is that
You know what? I was gonna drink some coffee this morning, but I figured I'm going back to bed, so I don't need any coffee. But there is no limit.
There is no limit.
As long as
All right.
that's enough.
Well, let me give my report. Last night we talked a little bit about when is the time to bring Rotary back to in-person meetings. And you know, a lot of organizations are contemplating this, and obviously there's a lot of with schools and other functions now kind of opening back up. We started talking about what it might look like to bring Rotary back in person, and we talked a little bit about, okay, so there's kind of a sweet spot between, you know, so cases were down 3 weeks ago, and now they're kind of rising back up, which is not a great sign. But also when you consider that a lot of us have been vaccinated, it may or will be vaccinated very soon. It may be an opportune time to start thinking about and planning for bringing Rotary back to in-person. Balance that with the notion and this idea of, and of course, with my background in education, what we've done, and that is providing an opportunity for those people who are not comfortable coming back, so that we have sort of a hybrid meeting situation when we do come back to some in person. Certainly we have, I think, the room in the space downstairs to be able to handle the Rotarians who would like to come and do the 6-foot social distancing, and create a setup that will live stream our meeting so that people can join electronically if they can't join, or if they choose not to join in person. Some people just won't be comfortable yet. So we talked about that. We also talked about how in-person meetings would be great and certainly cathartic for everybody. And you know, I think we look forward to the day when we can do that, and maybe getting started on that here in the next month might be a good idea. And I'm hedging my bets here because I do want to get your opinion on this. But we wouldn't serve breakfast. It would be, you know, a meeting where, I don't know, you could bring your own coffee, I suppose, and we could probably serve coffee if we were careful about it. That's kind of what we're thinking, is maybe in the month of May sometime that we could have a trial run of this. That would give me a little time, and I've been talking to Angie a little bit about what it would take to live stream a Rotary meeting in ways that the people on the distance learning part of the live stream meeting, so those who choose to stay home or listen from wherever they happen to be, can hear the audience. And so we would need to set up our audio in a way that it feels real, even though you may not be there. So I'm opening it up to any kind of questions, discussion, comments about that.
I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I think we can do it. Even with Zoom and maybe a portable camera, or not portable, but a deployable camera. It probably wouldn't even be necessary to have a camera person. It would be simple enough just to have it oriented toward the group most of the time. And then maybe when we have a presenter that's live, which may not be all that often to begin with, then simply you or the acting president can turn the camera just toward the presenter, and it could be pretty simple.
Yeah, I think that may be one of our big advantages here, Don, is that we could have a presenter come from anywhere in the world and still do it electronically. And we can project them on the screen, and they're, I mean, just like in a regular Zoom meeting, you can see the presenter along with their presentation, and they wouldn't necessarily have to be there. That might actually increase the possibility of us being able to get speakers from all over the world. For instance, on the 23rd, we've got Gary Carrier coming, and he'll be coming to us from I think he's going to be in Brazil then. But yeah, so I think that it might actually be a benefit in terms of our presentations.
I think that'd be great as well. And I think we would have maybe a technical person that would oversee that during the live meeting to make sure it's all working, and the camera and the voice and that kind of thing.
Angie, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we could have a few people that are trained up on it. So
Yeah.
Angie needs to miss a meeting, it's not a problem.
Right. I think it'd be great.
I think one of the biggest hurdles is going to be getting that audience participation audio with 6-foot distance, because you're going to get drop off on audio without miking up every single participant. I think one of the ways around that would be to encourage audience to participate through text on phones. And that way they could send out a message to all members that could enable that participation without necessarily needing to have that high functioning audio for every member 6 foot apart.
Good point.
Well, and to that point, it would be, actually, I have one, we can try it out, but just a wireless microphone, the same kind that you see clipped on people. And that could be moved around a little bit, but again, it would be a little awkward, with people off in the distance of the room, to get the microphone over to them when they want to do a little short joke or something.
The sergeant of arms could have a boomstick with the mic on the end of it and swinging around.
I love that. I love that.
Along with the bucket. So if you're going to talk, you might as well throw a bucket in.
Put $1 in.
Yeah. Do not give DJ a stick.
Especially a stick that says boom on it. That could be really bad.
You could do a trial run at Mrs. Odegaard's classroom.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Are you going to live stream, Kristen?
He's already doing it, I think.
Yes, I am. I haven't, but I have it set up kind of neat so I can have a screen that has the participants on it and then my presentation screen. So the kids sitting down can see the kids at home and then also my presentation. So it should be as smooth as snot.
I like that.
I think we just try a variety of things, give ourselves a little grace, but 1 week we'll try it, see what happens, and maybe we learn from that week and do something different the following week. So
yeah,
just give it some tries.
Yeah, we gotta be able to embrace a little imperfection. But I think that we could get together for a trial run, and I think that it can be doable. So we will start targeting a date for that first in-person meeting. I know that I've had my second vaccination shot, so I feel pretty confident in being able to do that. Is there something that we have to do Gary or Chris, I don't know, just to alert the district office, and maybe I can do that today or Monday, that we are targeting like the first or second week in Monday, or the first or second Friday in May as our return date.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
We could, yeah, at least get that going. I mean, I guess it depends if we step back into phase 2, I suppose it would cut that in half.
We could also, when the May edition of the district magazine, I'm going to call it magazine because I can't think of what it is, but James could put that on
Ozarks
there
Journal.
too. Yeah, the journal. You could put that in there for us.
So do
Yeah.
we want to target the 7th or the 14th?
Well,
I think
the 14th is, well, the 14th is a district conference in the evening, so either one.
What do you think? What do you think, the 14th?
That works.
Okay.
That might give us
I
some
think
time
if we
to
don't
get
send
everything together.
Yeah, if we don't send the date, then I won't feel the pressure to do it, and then it won't get done. So I think let's set a date of the 14th, and then we can monitor as we go. And if the CDC starts to hand out other guidelines, or the Department of Health starts to change guidelines, and maybe we go back to phase 2, maybe we could, I don't know, we can kind of monitor and adjust and see. And the good news is, if we have to say, okay, it's not going to work, we can always do Zoom. So that's not, going the other way is not hard. It's moving forward back to in-person and dipping our toe into that water is going to be the difficult part. Okay. I was going to, now I lost my spot. Anything else about that? Okay. Do we want to talk about the Coin Quest raffle kind of discussion that we were having? Okay. So we talked at the board meeting last night about the Coin Quest, which is our major fundraiser during Aquafest. And of course, Aquafest has been canceled for this year. But we talked about being able still to do the Coin Quest, but using the farmers markets as our public venue as to selling raffle tickets. Certainly we can sell raffle tickets to anybody, but to get a gathering of people where, you know, like we do during Aquafest, where we sell the tickets to people who come to Aquafest, how to kind of replicate that and also get our presence out there and let people know about Rotary and the work that we do. The farmers markets would be a good opportunity to do that. So we're talking about buying a booth at the farmers markets, you know, doing some sort of popcorn or something like that, that would, you know, draw people to the booth, but also sell Coin Quest tickets at that booth. We would get sponsors separately from but you know, they can choose, folks can choose to both support our Corks and Kegs and our Coin Quest fundraisers. But that would be, you know, something that we would do all summer, and then have some sort of, you know, culminating Coin Quest celebration like we have at Aquafest, where the pirates come on, you know, onto the shore, and we draw the coins and include the Aquafest princesses, which they're still going to have, in order to be able to pull the coins out and declare the winner of the raffle. So we've talked about all of those things, which, you know, would help us with, you know, our fundraising efforts, because, you know, it's one of our two major fundraisers during the course of the year. I think we've shelved the idea of doing corn just because of the, you know, how many times we have to set up and take down and the difficulty of that. So thoughts about that? And did I forget anything, board members?
Well, the only thing would be is
I think the one thing to,
go ahead, Lori.
okay, I was just going to say the one thing with doing the farmers market, my understanding is it's Wednesday nights, and we would need 2 Rotarians every Wednesday to man the booth. So it's pretty light duty, and a lot of fun. So keep that in mind to sign up once we get to that point.
The other thing that we talked about is having the finale at the same time as Corks and Kegs, maybe opening it up with Coin Quest coming ashore, something like that, and giving out do the drawings and then get into our live and silent auction.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be a good drive for people to come to the website and see that and then stay and bid on things.
One thing that I've looked into with the farmers market is there is a fee and some insurance requirements. So there's a $40 kind of a membership due application fee, and then $35 a week for a booth. Just to consider that.
Are we going to even recoup that?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure DJ could take care of that.
Yeah, just send him around the crowd and with his bucket.
Yeah.
With his boomstick.
Well, I'm sure we'll have more conversation about that, but that's the latest thinking by the board, and we probably shouldn't start ramping that up if we're going to do that. But I think it's a great idea, and I think it's a great way to do a pretty quick and intentional fundraiser that kind of melds our two things together. So more coming on that. Past President's Report, Lori?
Nothing new for me.
Okay. And I didn't see Rochelle on as President-elect report. And committee reports. Keith, what do we have for breakfast this morning?
We had, Lisa made fried chicken Wednesday, so we got chicken and waffles this morning. It was fantastic.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, it's my favorite breakfast. Maybe corned beef hash, but it's one of my two favorite breakfasts. And she makes the best fried chicken. Well, anybody that's ever had it says they've ever had. So.
Anybody tell you were spoiled?
Oh, I know I'm spoiled. I
just wanted to check.
Somebody dropped her on her head when she was young, and I was lucky enough to marry her when she was 19. So.
It wasn't because you had a really good principal in high school, was it?
Yeah, well, there were some fair administrators and teachers, but we made it through.
Yeah, I think I had Elisa 2 years in school. I managed to not teach her how to fry chicken, though. I don't think I gave her a lesson. Jeez. Anything else, Keith?
No, I'll be getting the email out. Actually, I had somebody out of work, and I've, had to actually work for a living for a couple weeks, which I'm not very accustomed to. So I'll have the email out about the cohort stuff too. Should be early next week. So we'll get that out and get going on that. And anybody that's still interested, I've got a bunch of emails, so thank you for those. Anybody who's still interested, let me know, and I'll include you on it.
Great, and I don't think I saw Ron on for membership. Was Ron on?
No.
Gary, do you want to make the latest announcement about our membership drive application, whatever you want to call it?
You mean that Brian is our newest member, and that you're probably have the chance of keeping an eye on him from your office to his office? So
no, because he's working from home, and I can tell he is.
Yeah, just because it's a Zoom meeting, I'll be in a little while.
Okay. All right.
Well, watch it. He's going to log those times in, Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the district has facial recognition software, iris scanning machines, so that we know who comes, who goes, who's involved. Yeah, we're Big Brother like that.
And you'll have to be the new overseer since John Geyer left his office.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Ken, I don't understand how we do hazing by Zoom though.
I know there's no physical interaction, certainly, but no, I think just welcome aboard, Brian. It's nice to have you, and really enjoy your presence on our meetings.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, great addition. Thank you. International, Tracy.
Yes, couple things. I finally sent an email out this morning. So please check your emails, check your junk box. It's going to come from Tracy Delorme at hotmail.com at Club Runner, something or other like that. I don't know. So check your junk box. Anybody who is interested in being on the international committee, I need to get my list again, which I'm sorry, I've been kind of dropping the ball a little bit. Or wait, I was not going to admit that. So never mind, you didn't just hear that. There is a trip from the IPA group. There's a trip planned for April 28th. If you have sponsored a student, you are more than welcome to write a letter or send a little gift to that student, and it will be arranged to be delivered to that child. So I have a huge thank you to Kristen. She translated some letters for me. They were, 4 or 5 sentences, so please don't write a book. But she translated them for me, so now I'm going to write them on a little card and go to the dollar store and find some fun toy. Rochelle Ploger said a great toy is those little super balls. So I'm going to see if I can go find a whole bunch and we can fill up a suitcase. So if you have a student and you would like to send a letter, this is the easiest way to get to them. Don't wait till April 27th because it's not going to get up to, I think the gentleman that's going is he's up north, LaConner or Bellingham. I'm not sure where he is. Anyway, I will arrange to get them, but let me know if you want to send a letter. Secondly, when I get that final list of international committee members, the IPA organization would like to have your email address. So I will send your email address to them unless you tell me not to. So please let me know. This is the International Project Alliance. It's not Rotary International or anything like that. It's just they have a newsletter that comes out, and I've been remiss in sending it forward. So this is, one way to take the middleman out. Anyway, again, we do still have some money left in our committee funds. I don't want to put all our eggs in one basket, although I will. But if you have an idea of an international project somewhere else that we can support or look into, have them come speak to us, please let me know. That is all I have, Ken. And you might want to go back and catch Eileen because you skipped her again. She's the community services.
Oh my gosh. Eileen, community service.
I'm just feeling the love today, Prez. I'm just feeling the love.
It's not something subconscious, I swear.
I just was, during the board meeting, I said I would look into the farmer's market and then start, if we all move forward, start scheduling those Wednesdays. And right now, that's all I have, unless somebody else has some other project within the community that needs help. Please reach out and let me know. And that's all I have. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Prez.
Thanks, Eileen. Tom, how much time do you need for your presentation?
How much time will you give me? 5, 10 minutes?
No, 20, 25.
Oh my,
whatever you need.
Okay.
You tell me and we'll accommodate.
I'm thinking 15 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, then we could probably finish the rest of our reports then. So I will continue with Interact, Kristen.
No meeting this week, but I did attend the youth fiesta last night. That's why I didn't attend the board meeting. It was very interesting. I learned about Yes and Yale and RILA. So next week I am attending the next youth fiesta where they talk about Interact and international exchanges. So I'm very excited about Yes. I would like to get involved with that, which is youth engaged in service. So maybe that's something we can think about for the future.
I think that would be great. Vocational, Lance?
In the essence of time, I'll just say that we've got 3 scholarship applications is all at this point. 2 more that we know are coming. And we're going to extend the date till next Friday, 16th, to give a little bit more time to get a few more. And check your email if you want to be a judge. That would be great. Just respond by email.
Did you get Naomi's application?
Who?
Naomi, our president?
I'll check and let you know, Kristen.
Yeah, she just completed it, so I was curious.
Thanks, Lance. Foundation, Jim, still awake, right?
Yeah, barely. Everything's going well in our foundations, but there is an additional thing that the District 50/50 has put together, and it's the Polio Plus Society, and it's kind of like the foundation thing where we try to. Our goal is to do $100 a year for the foundation. And this is going to be a thing that if you want to join the society, you're going to commit to doing $100 a year to Polio Plus, and until we get rid of it. And so, hopefully in a couple of years, we'll have it taken care of, and maybe this is only you have to do it for a couple of years, but it'd be a nice thing to do to help support the efforts to eradicate polio. So I will be sending some more information out to everybody. This information here that Ken's showing, and if you're interested in joining, let me know. Thanks.
Thanks, Jim.
So can I take one extra second to say something really quick? So part of our CoinQuest thing we need to do, it's a sponsorship thing on the form, and if we want to do this by June, we need to start maybe doing our Corks and Cake sponsorship, or just do a CoinQuest sponsorship, because we put some things on the actual ticket. We got to generate the ticket, make it all happen. That's something we need to do in a hurry. If that's the case. So we got to think about that.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah, we do need to get on that. So probably need to get we'll need to think about that. So yep, thanks for that. I think we'll skip I know we're going to be sad that skipping Happy Bucks and fines today, but I think we did a lot of fundraising for happy birthdays today, which was a happy occasion. So I think that's all well and good. Any other business announcements or any other announcements that anybody has before I turn this over to Don?
I do have one myself. I'm just curious if I can get a show of hands, whether they're virtual or real. How many people watched the presentation, the Zoom presentation last night put on by the city about the new Civic Center? Kind of what I thought. Well,
I wanted to, but I was in another meeting.
Yeah, it actually was very interesting, and it's very timely. There are three options that were presented, and they're looking for public input toward the end of the month. And it's a recorded presentation, and I was going to suggest that I play that about 25 minutes worth next week, because it's a kind of a big deal for Lake Stevens. It'll be the new Civic Center, it'll be the city offices, the library, possibly some commercial spaces, and maybe something important for us is actually very nice large meeting spaces. So it could be an alternative if we needed from a standpoint of our own meetings. So if that sounds good, I'll plan on that for our next week presentation and take it from there.
Hey, Ken, if I could very quickly. On the 22nd between 1:30 and 4:30, we're doing interviews for lateral police officers. And I'm looking for someone, perhaps from this group, to sit in those interviews. Just give me a call or email me if you're interested.
Thanks, John. Anything else? Okay, Don, I think it's time for our guest speaker. Tom, do you need the screen? Do I need to, do you need to share your screen or anything?
I would like to give that a try. Thank you.
Okay, I'll make you co-host.
All right. Well, Tony Trothenchuk.
Good job.
We got pretty close, maybe. He's just going to give us a little discussion about the Snohomish County Parks and Recreation program in general, and then maybe a little discussion about the Adopt a Park program as well. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, Tony.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I've only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, so I'll try to ramp things up a little bit. You guys strike me as having enormous energy. It's been a pleasure listening so far. I do want to also pause and just extend some warm wishes from our director, Tom Teigen, to the group. I'm going to start by sharing my screen here really quick. I suspect everybody has been, let's see. Can you see a picture of the skate park there?
Not yet.
Okay. Here we go.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. I suspect most of you have already been to the park, and thank you very much. The Rotary, Lake Stevens Rotary, was instrumental in getting this project completed. I would like to share that there have been some cracks that have developed, and repairs are going to occur later this month, April 19th through the 30th. A portion of the skate park will be closed for use, and the contractor is going to be making some repairs. Any questions? Okay. Now, I'd like to take you over to our webpage. Are you able to see this page here on our Snowfall Parks?
Yep.
Cavalier Hero. There's a lot of information here. If you haven't had a chance to visit this page, you can read about the development and the history of this park and the off-leash dog area. It's become very, very, very popular. And often we receive calls, and so does the city of Lake Stevens, from the general public as far as how do we become involved, or to whom do we report issues such as graffiti, or how can we organize an off-leash dog park work party? And so Jill at the city of Lake Stevens receives a lot of those phone calls, and because some people believe that the park is part of the city of Lake Stevens. And perhaps someday it will become part of the city of Lake Stevens. But moving forward, and currently it's a Snohomish County park, and we do have park rangers, and we do have some individuals that have been volunteering. But it's developing, and it's growing, and it's becoming more and more popular. Let me take you here to this layout, and there's different phases that will be coming down the pike in the near future. There's the possibility of a covered BMX facility. There's also the possibility of sand volleyball. There was a discussion recently with the mayor of Lake Stevens who expressed interest in lighting the skate park, so that during the fall and winter months, the general public or the youth could possibly be able to skate or use the park after 4 or 5 p.m. when it gets dark. There's also interest in a pump track, and I'm not sure if you can see that here.
What is a pump track?
Oh, it's the best. A pump track, the city of Leavenworth built one. And if you've ever had an opportunity to stop and get off the highway in Leavenworth, it's down by the river, just behind the little putt-putt golf. And It is, it's magical. It's an area, it's a series of little bumps, it's a series of little berms where kids and adults of all ages, I guess, can ride their bike, but it's designed in such a way that the momentum is generated through your body versus through pedaling. And it's a very kind of safe and fun way to exercise and recreate with people who like bikes of all styles and types of bikes.
Do they have
Some of
bikes there for you to use, or you have to bring your own bike?
you would bring your own bike. Yeah, you would bring your own bike. And some of the pump tracks are actually made out of dirt. Some of them are made are paved with asphalt. Some of them are constructed out of synthetic materials. It depends on the weather. It depends on the area of the nation or of the world that you live in. They're very, very popular in Europe, and they're becoming more commonplace here in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, moving on. Let me switch documents here. I would like to share this screen right here. It's my understanding that your group is interested in adopting the park. I guess I have a few questions. Are we talking about the entire park, or are we talking about portions of the park? Right here is an agreement. It's an application. It's kind of the nitty gritty. And I think that's important to just realize that we do have a process in place where we would define duties and responsibilities and obligations, and it would be a relationship. It is a relationship, and there's a commitment, and of course there's legal terminology and hold harmless and release components, but nonetheless.
Tony, you still have the map up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see.
All right, I've got the application in front of me, so I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
let me switch. How we doing there?
There you go.
Okay, so here I'm going to just, this is a one-size-fit-all kind of document, and so an adopt a park application, and park ambassadors would partner with the county to help perform some of these duties and responsibilities. Invasive plant removal, Scotch broom, blackberries, holly, helping clean debris from the park, perhaps addressing graffiti, picking up litter, reporting any damages. And that's probably the most important element of having park ambassadors is the additional eyes and ears that our park ambassadors bring to the table, so that we can respond quickly to situations. Our park rangers probably visit a Cavallero at least once a day, perhaps twice a day. And on a long summer day, that's probably not frequent enough to deter certain behaviors, or just to meet and greet the park users. So then it goes into some details here. Again, this is a one-size-fit-all type of an approach. We have a couple examples. We have a park in the Bothell area. It's called Miners Corner, and the Woodinville Lions adopted that park several years ago, and they meet on location and they host their meetings there occasionally, and they do a service project there every other month. And it has been wonderful to have their assistance there. And likewise, the benefit of having a group like yours participating at Cavallero would be Enormous, enormous. A question for the group would be, what level of commitment would your group be interested in committing to? Once a year, once a quarter? And then it could be divided up into maybe
Tony, one of the
yes.
things that we've seen on social media is, and I think it's from one of the volunteers that's currently helping with the park, is a lot of trash that gets strewn around the area.
Yeah.
And even from the little map that you showed of the skate park, it doesn't look like, I know that there's a dumpster there, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of trash receptacles. So that was another idea that we had as a club, is maybe we could work with you on something like that.
Absolutely. In many of our parks, we've kind of evolved to the pack it in, pack it out approach. We have a skate park at Martha Lake Airfield, and we found that at that location near the skate park, a garbage can was paramount. It's the population, the user groups. They're not quite at the pack it in, pack it out point of life yet. So, but we do have an off-leash dog park at Martha Lake Airfield as well, and a different population group, or maybe attitudes or behaviors are of those users. And so that part of the park is actually doing really, really well. So no, I can appreciate that. And that's a perfect example of eyes and ears, and being aware of the needs and how a certain park is operating and what the needs of the users are. And so thank you. I'm making some notes about the trash can and the dumpster there.
You know, guys, I moved from Texas 4 years ago. The reason I joined Rotary was the skate park. That when I found out that the Rotary was big on that, that was the reason I joined. I come from Pflugerville, Texas area. They have a skate park that is world class. It's 3 times the size of what we have, but the concept is the same. They have a BMX racetrack right next to it. It gives the kids something to do other than get in trouble. I mean, honestly, if our kids have nothing to do, they'll find something to do. I'm all in on this idea. Anything that I can do that helps this, I'm all for it, man. I mean, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll be out there every day helping pick up trash. I don't care. This to me is something. My kids race bikes. If you guys want to just talk to some kids to find out how passionate they can be about this stuff, it's tremendous. And I didn't realize how big BMX was here until I went and talked to a guy at a shop that was telling me originally there was supposed to be a BMX track there, and it fizzled out is what he thought. They're big. We need a track here. I mean, the one in Everett's up and down. This area would be ripe for that. I mean, I don't know. So just know whatever anybody wants in the club, and if anybody's saying, hey, well, who could do it? Man, I'll do it. I lead high school kids. I can get a whole bunch of high school kids to help with this stuff. So you guys let me know. I'm on board.
Brian, thank you so much for those words. I would like to chat with you sideline about BMX, because I have some information about the McCollum Evergreen BMX track. Just for the benefit of the group, we are publicizing today through our purchasing department a request for proposal such that a new entity, a new business in the community could submit their proposal to manage and operate potentially the BMX track at McCollum.
Is there not one now? Because I thought it was going to be Bigfoot, or I forgot. I reached out to the people on Facebook not too long ago. They never
We currently do not have an agreement with any management or operations group for the McCollum BMX track. So that is actually underway now. The request for proposal is being published today. It'll be open for 3 weeks, and then the county will go through its selection process. If nobody comes to the, let's say, comes to the surface, then it's most likely that the BMX track at McCollum will not open in the near future. But anyways, moving back to Cavallero, biking is and skating is a great way of helping kids find options in their communities. And here's another thought: organizing an event and a competition. There's a lot of opportunity that could occur at Cavallero, and perhaps your Rotary group would be interested in sponsoring or actually coordinating and facilitating a competition. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all the nitty gritty. This is a lot of legal jargon, and but we do track the hours that are volunteered. The benefit for that is we register all of our volunteers. They're unpaid staff. We publish in advance the work dates or the work party opportunities. And the reason for that is just this morning, I received a phone call from a realtors group where they wanted to participate in an event for Earth Day. And oftentimes what I'll do is when I get a phone call from Propeller or from Boeing or from Hewlett Packard, and they want to bring a group of 30, 40, 50 employees out to one of our parks to volunteer, I match those groups up with organizations like yours. A group that has already adopted a park. We have a group that has adopted Southwest County Park. And so they know that park better than anyone. And they've been working on certain projects. And then I can pair up a business with Lake Stevens Rotary. And then on Earth Day or on whatever day you choose, you could have a group of 40, 50, 75 people showing up. And you know the expression, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people versus 100% of one person. And there you go. You have your semi-annual or semi-quarterly event to really spruce up the off-leash dog section of the park or the parking lot itself. So questions, thoughts, how can I help?
Well, Tony, I appreciate you sharing the information. I know you and I have talked back and forth a little bit, and I've got all these documents if the club wants to consider. Brian, it's great to hear your enthusiasm around this because we were such an integral part of making the skate park happen and keep the vision alive as a club. And the only thing I'd defer to Ken on how we want to handle this as a group, but maybe we consider the current commitments that we've got because we already do Lundin and we become more active a little bit in North Cove Park as well with the city. And if we had the capacity to take this on, I think it would be a wonderful thing for Rotary to do. So Ken, do you have any thoughts on how to move forward?
Well, just one question. And earlier, Tony, you mentioned that we could have the option of adopting just the skate park portion or the whole park, right? Which would include the dog park, or how does that work?
Well, we don't, we could do whatever it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly something that we can talk about, but yeah, I think, the passion to do it, the commitment to do it, and the capacity to do it, I think are the things that we need to really discuss. And maybe that's something that might be for an upcoming meeting. We're running a little long today. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think it would be great. And hearing Brian's passion and maybe running some volunteer student stuff, because students are still required to get community service hours as part
Absolutely.
of their graduation requirement. So that would be a great venue for them to do that. But also would be, I could see that being kind of a motivator for Interact as well. So I think there's lots of different possibilities here. And certainly something we can discuss, if not in our next general session, then our next board meeting for sure. And I think it'd be great.
Okay.
We're always looking for stuff to do.
You know, it sounds overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Once a year, twice a year, that would be amazing.
Yep.
And we like to do.
Tony, this is Lori.
Okay.
I'm wondering about asset improvements. In your diagram, there was benches and tables. We talked about having bleachers for viewing the skate park. We've talked about the garbage receptacles. Is there opportunities there for asset additions?
If it works within the master plan, yes. Let me give you just a quick example. The Centennial Trail, we have a bench donation program, and we have lots of folks calling, looking to donate a bench, for example. And in some areas, and they serve as a memorial perhaps, or in remembrance of. And in some areas, we now have too many benches. And so yeah, no, that can happen. And I'm sure we're going to have some Eagle Scouts that will want to submit a proposal. And so as long as it's working in harmony with the master plan, the last thing we want to do is install a kiosk in an area that someday would need to be removed because of future development. But yes, Lori.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I shared my email and I shared my phone number. If you have any thoughts or questions afterwards, feel free to reach out. Brian, I would love to follow up with you, and maybe that's something that we could do together is co-host a competition. I am in the process of actually building a pump track with youth in the community of Edmonds at a park called Esperance. And my thought there is to organize a group of youth, middle schoolers and high schoolers, so that they could become sustainable on their own, and they could have their own miniature board with their own little role of president and vice president, and then they could have their own internal conversations and discussions, and they could maintain that pump track that they will be building with some assistance, and then it hopefully would become perpetual, and so that we could pass on our knowledge, our experience in organizing and running meetings and serving the community, and we could pass that on to the next generation.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Well, Tony, thanks for joining us today. We'll make a $25 donation in your name to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library for joining us and being our speaker today. Really appreciate it. I learned something new today, what a pump track is. I had no idea. So now I know. I've been by that place in Leavenworth many, many times, including yesterday. So now I know what it is. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. You guys are awesome.
And with that, I'll conclude the meeting. Everybody have a great weekend.